Good afternoon, fellow Ambazonians. Good evening to all Ambazonians across the Ambazonian territory. And hello to you, to all friends of Ambazonia. Welcome to this broadcast or welcome to this podcast. All right. We have very critical, very important information to talk to all of you about. There's massive changes taking place within Cameroun. We have come to the end of dictator Paul Biya era, and the Cameroon state it's moving into transition. I want to bring you these details, these updates, and understand what's going on. Also, we will be bringing you information coming from Ambazonia of what the Ambazonia Defense Forces Supreme Commander General Efang has said. There is a new war going on. There are new tactics being developed, and what we all should know. All right, fellow Ambazonians, accord una cafe, and salute all una, all friends of Ambazonia, and all Ambazonian people. Then, all the people that they support, support Ambazonia, that they pray for Ambazonia, they want the freedom of Ambazonia. Accord una cafe, una good evening for all una. I know say don't be very late right now for ground zero. Now almost 11 o'clock for night. I think now 10:30 right now for night for ground zero time. Well, as it get as it be, life be very messy. Sometimes we get for do things and now not been based on when we're supposed to do those things, but we get for do those things because they matter. They be very important. They be necessary. So I did for here for self now. I did for here as for take the responsibility of the leadership, for bring una meaningful information, meaningful discussion, give una the best education we una need them for this time, for understand what it go on. All right, fire day inside La République du Cameroun, and I want to give una an update of what it happen within La République du Cameroun as we don't come to the end of the Biya's government. Dictator Paul Biya, a time it don't come to an end, and the Cameroon state they prepare for transition. But most importantly, the Cameroon state it reorganize in military and the security forces them for prepare for this transition. So the discussion for today it will be very impactful. All right, all money place day. When I welcome, we will start in 2 minutes. As una don't join for here, una make sure say una invite other people that may join with for this discussion for this platform. Not only for you will get the best quality of education, political education, liberation education, inspiration, hope, and empowerment. All right, as una join, una invite other people that may join with for the discussion because I don't usually make announcement when I will come live. So sometimes the viewer when I need even know when I will come live. You get as it be, I be Wakaman right now. All right. So any place where I get more opportunity, I just pop on. As long as we connect, we'll connect and then we'll walk. So when I join we'll start for within 1 minute. We will start within 1 minute. So now, as soon as I join, when I invite other people that may join me, the discussion for today over big. The discussion for today is over big. All right, 20 more seconds. All right, I welcome all una and I salute all una. No matter place where you day, I send you blessings, I send you greetings, and I hope say una they fine. I hope say una they take good care of ourselves. We start our discussion. Before we start the discussion for today, as always, we will bring on the message we don't come out first for the office for a leader of independence. Today, we're on Friday, number 22 day for the month of July for 2022. The leader of our liberation, Dr. Cho Lucas Ayaba, he don't send out a message to the Ambazonian people. Make a tell now, what the leader, he talk. The leader talks say, my fellow people. He talks say today, he don't make an assessment for the situation on the ground. And he don't talk for all the relevant and key people then for a liberation struggle. The leader talks say the Ambazonian resistance it be stronger than what most people they think. It talks say our people, their commitment to the resistance and the forces for all the different areas, their spirit, it be very strong and they be ready. What the leader talks say, make we know say this period where our people did it, now wartime this. And time not day where you go talk say we'll get bad week. Time not day we go talk say we'll get good week. Alright? It talks say we don't see very bad times then for our liberation struggle, but we don't also go through the times in way they overbat. Okay? The leader talks say they say, make we know say some of our best people them, they be catch them for Calabar, and then the fall of they die for General Ivory die. They catch they say kwa Yoktabeyi and a team, and they disappear them under very mysterious circumstances. It talks say all these things when they happen, the Ambazonian people they still rise. We not only be able to walk again, but we don't almost fly for our fight, our quest for become a free people. The leader talks say, he need the right for make any person make it be happy. He need the also right for deny say bad things, we need to go through tough times, or for take sugar, put them for matter way, you don't need sugar. The leader talks say, he the right, now because he the inform what people them, and for review what national liberation policy and strategy, and also for remind the Ambazonian people say, we dey so for a war of liberation. He talks in a fight, where we would fight this fight. It no go be a fight like some small thing for some movie. This one a fight for preserve our lives. Now the most important fight for the existence of the Ambazonian people then. He talks say they say this worker where we did it so. It be determined by how leadership it take what it happen, it translate them, it turn them, it explain them, it use everything for shape the next fight, the next battle, the next move, the next action. Now the thing that they call them leadership. The leader so talks say they say we as a people will survive under the British people them. When the British they can't take over Ambazonia. We survive under the Germans when Germans they can't take over Ambazonia. We don't overcome. We overcome the last two World War I and World War II. Ambazonia continue for exist. It talks say we don't go through the mandate of UN trusteeship. Ambazonia continue for exist. It talks say we don't continue for exist and we don't rise and emerge as a nation. Nigeria, it not be take all we is swallow. So 60 years under the killings of Cameroun and the exploitation of Ambazonia, it no go so change Ambazonia. Ambazonia will continue not only for rise, But the 123 years of foreign rule for Ambazonia, it don't come to an end. The leader conclude a message by telling what people say, for the last 5 years, while liberation war, it don't go through different phases, where it be people that you feel talk say, it don't go through different phases with different people them, with different intentions, where they produce all kind big manism, and then they give it different traitors. They don't test the Ambazonian people them. They test the will of our people them. They test the commitment of our people them. They test for see whether will be ready for be a free people. All these things, they don't test them for we. So the leader, he talks it from German occupation, Ambazonia rise. From Cameroun occupation, Ambazonia rise. From Ayijo regime under Cameroun, Ambazonia rise. Even during Paul Biya, Ambazonia don't still rise. The leader talks say, he want me to remind ourselves every day, say, all the colonial power them, with all their traitors them, for our land, for the past 123 years, they not be able for defeat Ambazonia. The leader finish a talk. For talk say, they say, you don't rise. Make you continue for act and carry yourself like a person who don't rise and he don't win. Make you be like a person who don't become victorious. Make you act like a person who don't be free. The leader, he finish a talk. For talk say, they say, make you no live on. Make how a fight, a battle, either for Boya, for Kumba, for Manfe, for Bamenda, for Kumbo, how a battle end. Make you not live on. Make it make we lost witty would already gain am. The leader talks say, they say, make we remember, say they say, this fight not be a fight for mercy, but a fight where we must fight until our land it be free. All right. That one, I talk with the leader of our War of Independence, Dr. Cho Lucas Ayaba. He write them today and he share them as an inspiration and education, liberation education for our people there. The state of Cameroun over the last 40 years under the dictator Paul Biya, the Paul Biya regime, it don't come to an end. Paul Biya, as all we know, now the most brutal dictator, the longest serving dictator for Africa, and the longest serving president, where it not been a king or a queen, we don't live for the world currently. So, the government for Paul Biya, the dictatorial regime, the tyrannical regime, the genocidal regime, the murderous regime, the time don't come to an end for Paul Biya. The Cameroun state, recently, when we get discussion with a certain diplomat, it will say, look, we not get for prepare. It say, look, we not get for prepare ourselves. Because the end of Biya, it don't come. The Cameroun state, it find a way for patch a political transition. When I listen very carefully, a few days ago, during a meeting with a top world diplomat, it tell leadership, say the Ambazonian people must prepare. The end of Biya don't come. The Cameroun state, it find a way for patch a political transition government. Now a new arrangement. They no go follow their constitution. They go patch their constitution. They go make new laws overnight. and they don't make them for set up who go take over power for Cameroon in the way it go keep the existing structure of power in place, in the way it go maintain the CPDM and the Bulu clan for power. Secondly, the most important thing what people need to know, and this preparation way, this diplomat, the talk away, now the same thing the US government, it tell the Amazonian people them 3 weeks ago when we be there for Washington, D.C. for a diplomatic meeting with the highest level of the US government official. Them two talk the same thing. Say Amazonian people must be prepared for what they come. We must be prepared for what they come. They reveal both the US government and this top diplomat, what they tell now, they reveal, say, Biya a very reluctant man. He don't get control anymore about the situation. And that's why Biya lack the capacity for make any meaningful decision on the conflict. So he don't move his hand because he don't care whether he die now or he die today or he die tomorrow. Biya don't move his hand. The Cameroon state, he don't get leadership anymore. Right now, Cameroon, now every man on his own. Kavayege Jibril of the parliament, he don't take his own power for parliament, keep him. Nya for senate, he don't take senate, he keep him as his own. The people them, for the various ministries, any man they fight now for his own power. The future of Cameroon be very uncertain. That's why Emmanuel Macron, he go for Cameroon. Because Cameroon, if they don't manage them well, it go disintegrate, as we already predicted. Macron, he visit for Cameroon, now for serve two purposes. Number one, for try for consolidate and make sure say political chaos happen when Biya die or as they try for put in a Pekin. Alright? They try for impose Frank Biya as the new president of La République du Cameroun. So they define all ways for make new political arrangements, for make sure say that process it be acceptable by the political class, by the elitist class. So that's why Macron they go there. Macron they also go there now for go assure the opposition and the CPDM people there and give them advice of what they fit do for give all man people like John Frundi, people them like the other political opposition party for assure them and try for find way for accommodate them within the new setup and give them some form of power. All right, you go meet with the opposition, with the Camto, and find a middle ground with CPDM, SDF, the Camto, and Libril. They go see how they fit all these people then into the new transition in order for prevent the chaos we go emerge for Cameroon. But the Bulu class, the CPDM, ruling party, they go still maintain the center of power under Frank Biya. However, this arrangement will be made, all this one are for prevent political chaos. Who said this political chaos come out? Cameroon political chaos, it come out now from Ambazonia defeat of Cameroon. Dr. Cho Lucas Ayaba, it be one way. The Ambazonian strategy, it will be intended for cause political instability for Cameroon. One of our key strategic orientation in terms of how they design the Ambazonian liberation strategy now for weakening Cameroon politically and cause political instability for Cameroon. Ambazonia defeat of Cameroon. Ambazonia the ability for delegitimize Cameroon and take away Cameroon the ability for control and govern Ambazonia. It caused big problems for Cameroon way, even Biya a movie hand, because the problem they over big past the Cameroon state or the Cameroon government the ability for manage the crisis, the ability for solve the problem. As I've already explained for many times ago, the complexity of the problem, it big pass Cameroon their ability for solving. Okay? That means the sense way the Cameroon people they get out, their willingness for genuine solution, the problem over big past them. So Cameroon be overwhelmed by the Ambazonian people, their defeat of Cameroon. Ambazonian defeat of Cameroon, it create a collapse within the Cameroon political system, Cameroon economical system, Cameroon social system, Cameroon financial system. Ambazonia defeat of Cameroon based on the strategy with the designer, it caused all these things for Cameroon. So we want to be ready. Now with the collapse of Cameroon and the doom where they come, with France now they go there to go rescue them. Cameroon they take an important step for reorganize its military and its security forces in order for maintain peace and stability during the transition. So when Unadisiam, they don't bring a new military general, and then they bring a new army general, and then they bring a new B general for Bamenda. Not because Cameroon get any new strategy for can fight the war for Ambazonia. So for that one, shake no day. All right. This new man, 90s. This new OPA, this new general they bring it can install it for Bamenda. In fact, make I bring up. I'll bring up their video, but I want to just talk about it briefly and then I'll come back for it. This new man they bring in for Bamenda as the top general. Say you don't fight for Boko Haram, you don't fight for Bakassi, you get a lot of experience. Looky for face. Now an old man and he don't be tired. He looks sick. All right? He looks sick. Old, tired, and sick. The movie from the north for a reason. The movie from the north for a reason. It be northeast. So they get for movie. They get for take a person where they control those B, army, police, gendarme, all their security forces them. Any top northeast where they for north and he get access for all these forces during the chaos, the political chaos, if it use the army and cut off the north from the rest of Cameroon. So they get for take all the top northeast people then, where they within gendarme, army, police, and army, they get for move all them. They send them for different parts of Ambazonia so that they no go fit use their military influence for use the police, army, B, and gendarme for create a rebellion in the north for take advantage for the chaos for Yaoundé. So more than nothing saying that because Cameroon get a new strategy for can fight Ambazonia, that's why they bring all these kind of people them. Now lie! Now a political move for dislodge them and weaken their ability for do anything in the north. That's why they send it for Bamenda. I get a video I will play for now. But before we go there, maybe we first finish with Weti the Supreme Commander of Ambazonia Defense Forces. Remember, the Ambazonia Governing Council, they always anticipate what they come, and then they create strategies in advance for solve the problem then. The Ambazonia Governing Council, one nationalist liberation movement, because of a vision and the ability for be proactive, for anticipate what they come, and then create solutions. Since January, the Governing Council of Ambazonia, it gives special instructions to the Ambazonia Defense Forces, una only National Liberation Army. It gives them special instructions for prepare the ground, should in case Mr. Biya call am, should in case Biya kick the bucket, should in case there is political instability within the Cameroun state. Since January, they give these firm instructions for the general for prepare the ground should in case of any eventuality, so that they know will take the Ambazonia people then by surprise. And the Ambazonia Defense Forces, over the last 7 months, they don't work extremely hard for build capacity and strengthen the core of our defenses on the ground. So a liberation struggle, as I don't tell, we're not going to walk in the park. So make we hear the message from the Supreme Commander of Ambazonia Defense Forces, the key things and we talk on, and then I go give you a little bit of explanation. Then I go take on back to what will happen between Ambazonia and La Republique of Cameroun, and then I go tell you what we need for doing in order for make sure say we not only secure Ambazonia during the political transition for Cameroun, but Ambazonia not become part of the political solution of Cameroun. It be very important. Make you listen for General Efang first.
My fellow Ambazonians, my fellow brother in arms, this is the Supreme Commander of the ADF, General Efang, alias Big Number. I know when I know the ask was a day, but in a liberation war, time day for fight, time day for plan, and time day for build. We don't fight for 5 years using a particular strategy. And we don't observe how the enemy don't move to different areas, PR forces. We need to adapt a new strategy. We get to adapt a strategy we build to that of our enemy. We need to be stronger bases where we be defended. We need to be bases the way if you defend our people. We get to be bases the way if you protect our people. And we also get to be bases the way if you defend other blocks. If we don't do so, we continue to use the old strategy. The regime will move to other places and kill our people. Are they around the build? The lead, they also strengthen our defenses. And we are going to be proud for what we will see in future. In the past days, when I see how the Republic don't move to a block in Bafut, capture our fighters, A4, Mamaji, and others. They be taken alive and will be executed, and their body they be dumped on the street. This is not a violation of the international law and their own constitution. This is not the same thing where the French government forces for Cameroon, it be do for the Bassa and the Bamileke people. The displacement for Ambazonian fighters, their body for street, but instead motivate the youth of Ambazonia for pick up arms and for defend their dignity. We don't also see the killing for Field Marshal of Libya, a body be taken to Kumba and be displayed. These are the kind of enemy we will deal with. Fellow Ambazonians, we must be strong. We must be stronger bases. The forces on the grounds must work together, plan together, coordinate together, and execute together. I want to assure the people of Bafut say, Bafut will remain strong. They will work with our forces for Mezam. They will give them support, train the remaining forces where day for day, and also defend that block. As for the BLM they fine. My commander there will make sure say they join force so that they protect that block. Fellow Ambazonians, I thank all forces where they dey for different blocks and where they defend their block. We go make sure say we work together so that we will be stronger. Fellow Ambazonians, I call all Ambazonians above the age of 18 for join the Ambazonian Defense Forces or any other force will be in the area where they did it. I want to assure the Baghdad government that say we go defeat La Republic du Cameroun for our country. I also call on them for join force. Not only when we fit join force, pick up arms like we do for 5 years. We will go defeat Cameroon and send them out our country. We don't become stronger, but some of them become weaker with time. We may lose bloods, we may lose battles, but we don't win the war. La Republique na an enemy without a political power. La Republique na an enemy where they fight for survive inside our land. My fellow countrymen, I salute the courage for our people, their moral support, financial support, the courage for our prisoners of war in the dungeon of La Republique. Our refugees, and a message of condolence to the families of our fallen heroes. The generation for Jumbu Foncha, Endeli, and Joa, we don't fear the Ambazonian people. And make una know say, una hopes na the Ambazonian Defense Forces. Make una remember say, we dey at war with the Republic. A war will declare on us in our land of birth for demonstrating our anger and rejection of their system, for exploiting our resources for 60 years without development, and for protecting our territorial integrity. We hereby declare a 1-month lockdown for the entire Ambazonian, where will start on the 1st of August. This na for re-strategize, for reawakening the spirit for the people, and also for stop the parade for the terrorist regime in our country. And after this lockdown will be uplifted, we go place a curfew wey go disturb activities inside the entire Ambazonia as from 9 p.m. and we go decide when we go remove am. Na war. We wan remind the people of Ambazonia say August dey soon come, and the Ambazonian Governing Council, if we don give we a power for operate our transitional councils on ground. The transitional authority framework e don already start for inside 5 states dem, part of the 13 states dem for inside Ambazonia. For example, for Bui, we don dey dig roads, dey link other villages dem. We don also dey create our own internal economy. My dear people dem, we don do enough, but our sacrifices never yet correct. We still need for add power because la Republic military motos dem dey pass for town and we need even border for shoot them with country fire. La Republic military bases dey dey for corner our areas dem. Na we dey give them chop, na we dey feed them with information. All this get for stop. I also wan send this strong warning for the civilian population wey e dey jubilate with the terrorist military anytime wey an Ambazonian fighter a big kill and display in the public. We wan stop our people from going around that environment. Make una know say we dey watch una. And anytime we go come for una and una go face the consequences. Ambazonia na our country. We go defend am till the last man standing. We go also make sure say even if we no dey tomorrow, the generation wey e dey come up, e go know say we dey rise up and defend the free country for them. Short live the struggle.
All right. That one, na message wey e comot, e come for una directly from the Supreme Commander of Ambazonia Defense Forces, the man wey na dey lead the war, una National Liberation Army, the one and only General Efang. A couple of things they did wey be very important with the general don talk am. A message wey all una don listen am directly from the general himself. The war don't change. The circumstances them they don't change. The nature of fight, it don't change. The way with the enemy, the act, the way with the Cameroun military, police, gendarme, army, and bees, they act, it don't change. For win, you must be able to adapt and then re-engineer strategies where they will give you the edge for win. People need to change. When things don't change, they fail. People need to change. When circumstances don't change, they fail. People need to reinvent when the old strategies they not be effective anymore with the current reality. they fail. The Ambazonia Defense Forces almost be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 steps ahead of the game, ahead of the curve, ahead of La Republique, because we don't study them. And therefore, every move we make, we want to be ahead. That's why the general they call on all forces on the ground for adopt the new way of fighting. How? Number one, the general is prescribed make all forces they increase their capacity and build powerful bases where the enemy not fit penetrate them. Number two, the general talk say all Ambazonian man picking them from the age of 18 years must join the liberation, must join the fight for their own survival. All Ambazonian youth, all Ambazonian young men, all Ambazonian man picking them from the age of 18, they must join the fight. They must join the fight. For Ukraine, when Russia invade Ukraine and want impose an occupation on the Ukrainian people, they stop all schools, all, and all boy picking them from the age of 18 for Ukraine. It be mandatory between 18 years and 60 years for all man picking for Ukraine, for join the liberation of Ukraine, for join Ukrainian resistance in order for stop Russian invasion and occupation of Ukraine. This one, and they just find a war way that they try for. What about we would fight a war of survival? A war for our own dignity. So it be very essential. Say all we become soldiers of the liberation. Just like even we for outside here. We don't dedicate our lives for the freedom of our people then. Because everything we do for outside here, it be as risky as being on the battlefield. Based on our commitment. Based on what you don't take up for stand up for our people for. So we call on all Ambazonian young men for all the 13 states who not join the National Liberation Army. Who not join the fight. The only way we will not survive as a people and get for leave and for join the resistance, join the liberation, join the freedom. We not get any hope under Cameroun. Wait till Cameroun don't implant them for Ambazonia. In fact, tomorrow I will do a 2-hour broadcast for giving the details of what Cameroun don't plant them inside our land during this war of liberation. I will tell you how they sell human beings, how they take Ambazonians, sell them into La Republique of Cameroun for money. We'll talk more about that tomorrow. Make I bring the video of these colonial idiots where they appoint them for Ambazonia for come fighting our people them. So that we conclude this broadcast for today. So that I give a full, when I go take on an eye, when I see the stupid idiots them, these retired buffoons, who they run out of life. They take them, bring them from Ambazonia, for come fool our people them. Like what's that this video for these crazy buffoons nowadays?
A military ritual respected, and Brigadier General Buba Dobekrio is...
The video when I watch am, now the video where a few days ago they bring this Awusa man, this Malam or Fulani man, all right, where they don't can install it from inside Bamenda, say now be the top general for lead the battalion where the command both the Atlantic states and the western region of La République du Cameroun. When I watch the video, when I say, and when I see the buffoons, when I see these old people, the way life already finished inside them, and bring them say they be the generals for can fight the bravest generation. As when I watch the video, when I see how tired they be, now people they supposed to be on that retirement. They don't get the capacity for fights. The fit fight who? Fight na General Sumanguru or na the 5 ADF brigade for inside Bamenda. Will it be made up of young people? They want to be, 3 times, 5 times, 50 times more energetic and agile. You fight na no pity, or you go fight na who? You get very dynamic, fluid, flexible, young men. When gangster inside them, now we will go fight them. You take all this old cow them, this old sheep goat them. Say, una just watch them, I beg. Una watch, una laugh, una say.
To take command before Defense and Security Force. A military ritual respected, and Brigadier General Buba Dobekrio is ordered to take command before Defense and Security Forces and the population. Considered an astute war master, having served in...
Now in that, only for me waka, when I know see the sick. Only from me physiology, say something is radically wrong. They don't tired, they don't old. Life not day again. They don't get the stamina. For fight an Ambazonian young man. They don't get them. Now politicians, they did it for political appointments. They don't get both. They don't get the tactical or the stamina for this kind of fight. They don't. So no man no need for shake. This one are all draws them.
Several capacities in the Bakassi, the north and far north regions, combating poachers and Boko Haram insurgents. He comes to the 5th Joint Military Region within the context of pockets of resistance from separatists and their incursions in the West region.
I have big challenges. The message I would like to send to the guys in the field: I'm the fighter. I will eat in the bush. I give them the change to come out and to come in the peace.
A challenge he will have to rise up to with Brigadier General Hussaini Jibo, another former B element who goes through the same ritual to take command. The native of the Adamawa region arrives Bamenda after 35 years spent in the military.
We are here in the good spirit. We are here not to punish or to send away everybody. We are here to work with everybody. We call of them to follow us and to come with us. We build the new Cameroon.
While commissioning them,
Una don't hear? No? Then say don't talk. They come there for build a new Cameroon. All right? They take one from the far north. They take one from Adamawa. The top 2 Fulani generals within the Cameroun military, they don't move them from the north regions. Because they know say if they continue to be for the north region, they go use the military, they go use the army for overthrow the new political setup for Yaoundé. They know this one. So this one a political move, not been a tactical military strategy for fight Ambazonia. Now for achieve their political objective, for the new pash political setup, for put Frank Biya impose Frank Biya as the new president of La République du Cameroun in the way where the people they no go rebel. Now they game this. Cameroun not get what it take for defeat Ambazonia. So no man not to worry. See the kind of people themselves. Old. Now people they come up from the Stone Age. Now cave people them. Alright? They not get what it take for fight Ambazonia. They not get what it take for fight this never again generation. They don't have it. So no man no need for share. Oh, they don't bring full animal. He come out for a different zone. They never ever fight this kind of dynamic fluid war. He go there, they say, when I hear, they say that they be sending me go, the cash people there, they go for enter for inside the national park for go shoot animals. They find poachers. They sending me go fight Boko Haram. Now Boko Haram that be still wreck the entire northern region of Cameroon since 2004. For over 18 years, it be that effective. Why never defeat Boko Haram? Now Ambazonia, the one can fight them. Okay, all these people are native people them. They don't get what it take for fight. Cameroon not be a state where people they get the passion and patriotism for the state. Now a place where all man they look for your own pop, for your own belly, and they use them as political tools for the new corrupt political setup where they set up for inside Cameroon. As concern Ambazonia, the new political setup for Cameroon not get anything for do what people them. But we need to prepare because of the use of traitors like Nijon Fundi, like the Agbobalas. We get for prepare. Okay? Cameroon not get what it take for make political concessions or reconciliation. The only tool where Cameroon the youth use now only massive bribery and corruption. And tomorrow, I'm going to give you a detailed accounts of the corruption where Cameroon don't implant them for inside Ambazonia and how to use that corruption for destroy Ambazonian young men and young women and therefore create an environment of total chaos and then leave the people then hopeless. But they know what happened. We get a very fine leadership, we get great generals, and what did the AD have done build them over the last 6 months? It'd be incredible. But as we don't talk, the war not been a war for fame for social media. Not been a war of fame. The leader don't put out a clear vision for 2022. The Ambazonian people from August, they must start to implement the transition authority on the ground. We must start to implement transition authority. For give the Ambazonian people self-governance. For give them the capacity within liberated territories. For start to govern themselves. For start to manage themselves. For start to experience the Ambazonianness. For all the places that we ADF already liberate them. We must start the process. So in the next 2 weeks, the forces on the ground for liberated territories, they will start the implementation of the transition authority. For take back power and give them back our people them. Take power and give our people them the power where they don't deny them. for the last 123 years. For give our people them control back of their own destiny. To give our people them a taste of the freedom where they deserve. And for liberated territories, people they live free. I will talk for una tomorrow. As una don't hear, make all man prepare himself. Make all family they prepare themselves. Make everybody prepare themselves. As una don't hear from the general, the Ambazonia Governing Council, as the general don't announce them, it consider for put a 1 month lockdown of the territory based on a couple of important things that happen on the ground. Where they affect the lives of our people, they affect the liberation, and they affect how the international system it look into this problem. So it be very important as the leader don't, I don't always talk about the leader. Now I'm only leader there, my mom. Now, as the Supreme Commander don't talk, now time this for we for refocus the Ambazonian people then. But we'll leave that one. Tomorrow, I go to talk for una for announce the lockdown, for announce the Governing Council National Security lockdown where they try for where they want put them on the territory. In consultation with key actors on the ground, with key defense forces on the ground. It be very important for our people then. But for now, make all man staff for prepare. The official announcement, it will be made in the coming days. Alright? So, we not take good care of ourselves. We not take good care of one another. We not protect ourselves. Tomorrow, when I start today, number 23 day for July, I go talk una for 2 straight hours. For talk with the young men and women of Ambazonia. And give una advice and reveal una the information with traitors like Agbobala, Success in Congo, Nambere, how they call the other one? Ellie Smith, how they sell the young Ambazonians to La République du Cameroun military for make their money. We will bring that information and we'll talk more about the lockdown tomorrow, the reason for the lockdown, the rationale for the lockdown, why every Ambazonia in need for prepare themselves, and we'll give our people them 10 days for make sure say they prepare for what they are ahead. Alright? Una take care, una get a good night. May God bless all una sleep fine. May God protect all man. We'll talk for una tomorrow. I'll be una brother Lucas Asu, one of the press secretary for the executive office for Ambazonia Governing Council. Good night.